Hi everyone, welcome back. In this video, we'll be going over navigating the game world within the viewport, placing objects, and creating a basic material. We'll be continuing with the level that we created in the first video. So, let's go over some of the basic controls for navigating around your game world in the editor window. If you press and hold the right mouse button, this will rotate the view camera. Whilst holding the right mouse button, if we press W, we move forward, S, we move backwards, A to the left, and D to the right. E moves us up, and Q moves us down. Whilst holding the right mouse button, we can use the scroll wheel to adjust the movement speed within the editor window. Okay, now that the basic controls are out of the way, let's drag a mesh from our modes panel into the viewport and go over some of the object-specific controls. Just like in Maya, they have handles that you can drag. By pressing the End key, which is located above the arrow keys on the keyboard, the object will snap to the plane below it. Let's drag it back up. So, if you press E, we enter rotation mode. There, if you left click and drag one of the points, we can rotate the cube. By pressing R, we enter scale mode. By clicking on the central point and dragging, we scale the object proportionally. By clicking the other points, we can scale it in the X, Y, and Z axis. Pressing W will return us to our movement tool. If we hold Shift with the movement tool active, and click and drag on one of the points, the camera will follow that object at the same distance that you were before. By holding Alt, we can duplicate the object. Holding Shift with one object selected will allow you to select both at the same time. So now that we have a mesh in our level, I'll go over how to create a basic material to change its colour. We'll start by right clicking within the content browser window, going to the Create Basic Asset, and then selecting Material. Be sure to give your material an appropriate name. In this case, I'm going to call it Blue Material. We'll then double click it to open the material properties. So, this is the materials window. On the left, you can see that our material has got a black colour assigned to it. To change this, we'll drag out from the base colour node, we'll go down to Parameters. In Parameters, we'll then select Vector Parameter. You can tidy up the nodes that spawn by left clicking them and dragging them. So, to change the colour, we'll go into the Material Expression Vector Parameter, click on the default value, and then click which colour you want in the colour picker. As you can see, the colour is still black, so we need to make sure that the saturation and value sliders are higher on the scale. From here, we'll click OK. And there you have it. We've now got a blue material. If you want to change the shininess of the material, we can do that through the roughness channel. We'll click on the node, we'll drag it out, and then we'll select a constant to add on the end of it. With a constant value of 0, our material has a shiny appearance to it. If we change this constant value in the material expression constant to 1, we now have more of a matte colour. So, let's save the material and return to our viewport. To assign the material to an object, we'll left click on it and drag it over the object. By releasing the mouse button, we now see that the material has been assigned. Let's duplicate the material. So, we'll right click it, we'll go up to Common, Duplicate. Be sure to give your material a memorable name. In this case, I'll just call it Blue Material 2. Let's enter this material's properties by double clicking on it, and we'll change the constant value to 0 so that we have a shiny blue material. Now we'll press Save. And we'll return to the viewport. Let's drag this material onto the other cube. Here in our viewport, you can see the difference between the two materials, the matte one and the shiny one. Let's click the play button to observe the difference in the testing view. Now we're testing the game in the first person mode. As you can see, the cubes are floating. You can shoot them and objects will collide. However, unlike the cubes in the game world, they do not react to gravity or the force of a bullet hitting them. If we want to change the way that these cubes behave, we can left click on them, go into the details panel, scroll down to physics, and then check the simulate physics box. Now let's return to the play mode and see the effect that this has on the cube. As you can see, it's now affected by gravity, and if we shoot it, it'll roll with the force. So, there you have it. From this lesson, you'll have learned how to navigate within the viewport, place objects, change their scale, position, and rotation. We have also learned how to create and assign basic colour materials to our game objects and enable physics. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video.